This shows the typical arrangement of a bridge-type inverter. Alternatively, thyristor pairs T1, T2 and T3, T4 are switched on. Whenever T1, T2 are on, load terminal A becomes positive and B becomes negative. Whenever T3, T4 are on, load terminal B becomes positive and A becomes negative. Thus, alternating or AC voltage is available across load which is derived from DC input. T1, T2, T3 and T4 are IGBTs these days. Switching of these pairs is modulated using DSP. This modulated PWM produces sine wave across the load after passing through output low-pass filters. In reality, all higher rating UPS systems are of three-phase versions. DSP processes error between actual output and desired output and corrects the PWM action. The inverter output is synchronized with bypass supply for phase and frequency. Let us look at the procedure that is followed for estimating the UPS requirement based on the engineering load. Study the process and actual load. Inspect single line diagram of the setup and understand nature of load in terms of motor capacities, their starting methods, heaters if any other process load, etc. Determine the upstream point on the electrical network from where this total load is supplied. Connect power analyzer at this point and record all electrical parameters for sufficient time to cover a load cycle or preferably 24 hours. Record load current harmonics, power factor, kW, kVA, kVAR, etc. Try to record one natural start and stop cycle of the process. If there are heaters in the load, you should record electrical parameters when the load is maximum. That is, heaters are required to deliver maximum power. Analyze the data and then decide the required UPS capacity. If some motors are started in the process without soft starters, study the possibility of using soft starters to limit the current requirements. Optimized or measured maximum current and voltage must be considered for deciding UPS rating. UPS market is experiencing fierce competition, and as such, UPS manufacturers may overcommit on specifications while bagging the order. The matured user should keep all above points in mind and plan the UPS installation. That an inclusive agreement is entered into with UPS vendor while deciding capacity so that the possibility of disputes over capacity can be avoided at the time of commissioning. Following steps may be followed while planning the maintenance processes. Scope of responsibilities and actions should be decided with the vendor during entering the purchase contract. Escalation matrix too should be decided. Reporting formats and response timing commitments should be predetermined. Stock of proprietary spares and bought outs should be clearly defined and maintained as per contract. Event log codes and corresponding meaning should be understood. The entire preventive maintenance procedure must be documented as SOP. The spares required as per this SOP for routine replacement should be budgeted and made available for replacement during scheduled shutdown for preventive maintenance.